Hey guys, welcome to Blaugrana. Welcome to another video, and today I wanted to talk about a different topic. This is gonna be another, player review slash player that I wish joined Barcelona, and today it's gonna be about Sandro Tonali, the young, promising Italian center midfielder that plays for Brescia right now in Serie A. It's a very good player. He's an amazing player actually. And straight away, if I have to compare him to anyone in the world right now, I would say he profiles very similarly in his play style to Frenkie de Jong. I would say that he's very similar to Frenkie de Jong. He's a player that in distributions very well, that dictates the tempo very well, that controls how the team moves in attack and in defense. And especially I would say that he has that characteristic of Frenkie de Jong where he's that player that he grabs the ball and dribbles between lines, because we see Frenkie de Jong dribbling a lot past players to create space for himself. And that's something that Sandro Tonali does as well. In the distribution with the long ball, short passing, he's very accurate with both. I would say that he's better than Frenkie de Jong in terms of defensive contribution. Like, I have my doubts that Frenkie de Jong is able to succeed in the pivot position of Busquets. But in Sandro Tonali, without him being Busquets himself, his defensive contributions are a lot better than Frenkie de Jong's. I think that he defensively is more sound. He's more, he has better vision defensively. It could improve though, and he's not the tallest player in the world. I believe he's 5'11". But in a Barcelona system, and I believe that he's a player. And I am all for trusting in La Masia and trusting that we have enough players to give him opportunities. And that's okay, That's fine and all. But when there are these clear circumstances, because in La Masia the thing is that I don't know if Oriol Busquets is good enough to be that pivot position forever. It just doesn't seem clear to me. He has level to at least be given a chance, for sure. But with Sandro Tonali, I see a player that is perfect for Barcelona. When you see Artur, when you see Frenkie de Jong, you see they are DNA Barcelona. They're Barca DNA. And Sandro Tonali is another player that's completely Barca DNA. There's a few players in the world that I think are Barca DNA for sure. When we talk about Barca DNA, it's like Tiki Taka. But yes, it's more than tiki-taka. It's like the attitude. You can see Sandro Tonali on the pitch, and you see he wants the ball. He wants to have it. He wants to compete. He wants to reach the highest. And the good thing might be that Brescia are probably gonna get relegated this season from Serie A, and maybe after exploding this season, maybe he gets called up to the national team and probably goes to the Euros this upcoming summer. Maybe there's a chance that he might not want to leave, might not want to stay at Brescia for another season and move to a big division club. And although there's been rumors of Milan, Juventus, Inter, all these big clubs wondering about Sandro Tonali, and there's also been some Premier League interests like Manchester United and Liverpool, I believe Barcelona could do with Sandro Tonali perfectly fine. He's a player that we need because Busquets not getting any younger. This would mean though that players like Rakitic, like Arturo Vidal, leave. Maybe Jalena goes on loan. Although for me, perfectly fine, we could have a midfield of Busquets, Arturo, and Frenkie de Jong as the starters, and then Riqui Puig, Jalena, and Sandro Tonali as the backups. And for me, that would be fantastic. That would be amazing midfield for the future. And working towards that, because I think that Sandro Tonali, I don't know what his price is going to be. I mean, I wouldn't, honestly, if I was the president of Brescia, I would sell him for nothing less than 100 million euros because he is an absolutely amazing talent. I believe that he has back potential. Another player that I also really quite like is Jose Mawar from Lyon. He's more I think he's the closest thing that I've seen to Iniesta, in a long time. like not Iniesta, like in the sense of, like I see people comparing Iniesta to Eriksen, to Coutinho. Yes, but like in actually center midfield matters, I think Aouar is the closest thing to Iniesta. But talking about Sandro Tonali, I think that he has good free kicks, good distribution. Like a lot of people think that he's kind of like Andrea Pirlo, like they compare him a lot to Andrea Pirlo. But I would say that he's a lot more than Andrea Pirlo because, or at least, I'm not saying that he's better than Andrea Pirlo. I'm just saying that his profile of play, I would say, is between Pirlo and Gattuso. Like I see also people comparing to Gattuso, and that would be also accurate because, yes, he looks like Pirlo. He started at Brescia. He plays that in that regista position for his team. He's really good at passing. He has good, nice vision of play, good free kicks. All the things that make Pirlo a great player, he has it. And again, I'm not saying that he's Andrea Pirlo, or I'm not saying he's Gattuso. I'm just saying that he profiles in that sort of play. But he's also like Gattuso because he's a fighter. He's very intense in the pitch. He's very active, and he motivates his teammates around him. And that is something that I think we need to recover as Barcelona. Like, we're missing those kind of profile players like the Pujols, the Samuel Eto'o, Ludovic Juli, Javier Mascherano, Xavi himself, Daniel Alves. Those players that were active, that were intense, that wanted to, that just by being surrounded by those kind of players, everyone else wanted to run a million miles extra. Like Suarez himself, players that press high up the pitch are very intense, or you always that kind of yelling, like very, very they seem angry, but they're actually so focused that they just want, they want to succeed at their best level possible. And I think that is something that we're lacking because it seems like when you talk about tiki-taka, about Barcelona DNA, it's just having nice technique, good ball control, good passing, good dribbling. No, it's good agility. It's not all that. That's not Barca DNA. Barca DNA, like the most important thing about having Barca DNA, it's about having maximum level of motivation, in my opinion. Because that is the thing that is the most important thing in football for a team to succeed, is having a group of individuals that is highly motivated to win trophies, to follow the orders of the coach, to understand what the team needs, and that you only get that with players that get you highly motivated, and players like Sandro Tonali that are like super competitors. Things like that will help you a lot. I think that he could change the way that we play. That's why players like Arturo Vidal, I like them a lot because they give you that tenacity, they give you that amount of intensity that you need. I believe Sandro Tonali could give us that, but he's also a lot younger. And then we start, if we start playing with a team like that, we start, rejuvenating the team a lot more. Then you just have to touch a few more things, and you have a team that's actually young and able to compete at the highest level possible. And then we start getting with really interesting things because we start having a team that is ready at its utmost level to challenge for trophies. I think that, if you don't want to keep Sandro Tonali and you want to keep one of Arturo Vidal Rakitic, that's fine. Get Sandro Tonali and maybe, loan him to Ajax, loan him to Milan, to one of those teams that might need a player like that, because there's a lot of teams that could do with a player like Sandro Tonali. I'm just calling that out here. Like, it's anyone that knows about football is gonna agree with me. And if you haven't seen Sandro Tonali, I'm just showing you clips right now, but watch him play a bit. Like, I bet you that if he goes to the Euros and gets to play a few games, you're gonna be amazed. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets to be the young player of the tournament, because he's a wonderful player. He has everything that you need in terms of a footballer, and he could also be the replacement for Artur, to be honest, because we've been having this thing with Arthur so far this season that, yes, he's been apparently he's been out for some injury concerns, but there's been no reports of that, and I believe that Valverde is having some attitude problems with Artur, and if Artur is gonna start having attitude problems, like those kind of things that I do not like, then as good as he is, and he's played amazingly this season. For me, Artur is being the best centre midfielder for Barcelona this season without a shadow of a doubt. Like, Frenkie has been really good, but Artur, I think, has been absolutely fantastic. But regardless of his level, if he is going to start having problems in his attitude, I think that we need to move on from Arturo, and I think that Sandro Tonali could also play in that center midfield position perfectly fine. I don't know, for whatever you need him, he will do fine. If you need him to be a center midfielder, he can play there. If you need to be a pivot, he can play there. Barça, please go ahead and sign Arturo, because sorry about Sandro Tonali, because he's gonna be one of the best center midfielders in the future for sure. Like, he is a player that is heavily talented, that has massive backstop potential, and we need to go ahead and get ahead of the crowd and take a punt and sign this youngster, because we need him. He's totally Barcelona DNA through and through. And without further ado, leave me your opinions about Sandro Tonali. Do you think that Barcelona should sign him? Do you think that we shouldn't sign him? Any other names that you want to include? Leave it all in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you next one, Blaugranas.